Hello everybody, welcome. It is a new day, a new sleigh, and a new video where I have something to say, except this something is not about a book. Well, not entirely. Today is a momentous occasion. Today is the one, the only, March 24th, aka my birthday. I mean, when I'm recording this, it's not my birthday, but it will be my birthday when I upload it. I'm turning 23 years old. It's super fun, super exciting. I'm so excited to get like 1 year closer to my brain fully developing, so I'm really looking forward to that. And in 1 more year, it'll be my golden birthday, so we are going all out for that. So 1 year that gets me closer to that is 1 year that I will celebrate. And seeing as that I've had my channel going for a few months now, and I've been pretty good with it, pretty successful in my mission of uploading at least one video once a week, I thought it would be a great time to have like a kind of cute, non-serious video where I tell you a little bit more about myself. And in doing that, so the first thing that I want to tell you is that I have a problem. Specifically, I have this one very unique problem that I think affects a lot of people, and that is I buy a lot of manga. I am a huge manga/anime fan, and I'm gonna boldly say mostly anime, so you can't see it, but I will show you in a little bit. But I have a massive stack of manga books right next to me, to the point where I'm like actually having to think about my choices. As I mentioned in previous videos, I am a gifted kid. I was a gifted kid when I grew up, so a lot of the things that I was reading when I was a kid was for like academic purposes. So I didn't always read for pleasure. And in doing that, one of the things that was very highly valued amongst the gifted kid community was reading really fast. So over time, I was reading a lot of books very quickly. At the peak of my gifted kid trauma was when I would get through a whole book in a day. Like I was just pumping out books, and I wouldn't even like enjoy it as much because it was just like the race of trying to finish the book in a day. So because I had that trauma that I'm still working through, it's hard for me to enjoy like graphic novels or manga because inherently it focuses a lot more on the visual aspect of it. So the actual reading is not necessarily as highly valued, and it's more of an experience to read a graphic novel than it is to read like a traditional novel. So I would buy the manga with the purest of intentions that I would actually read it, but then it was just like I more wanted it for the art, the aesthetic of having it, because when I would actually sit down and read it, it was like I wasn't enjoying it because I was trying to just read through it quickly, and I wouldn't actually like sit and appreciate the art on the inside. So as kind of a call out post to myself, I thought I would go through all the manga that I own and simultaneously answer a few questions about myself. So here we go. Let me show you the stack first. So let me put down this mic. I can verify that this is heavy. You can't even see all the books I have. Okay, hold on. So this is all the manga I own. Oh God. It hurts my wrists to hold it. Hold on, let me like sandwich. This is all the manga I own. And I've only fully read one of the books on here. So we're gonna go through these one by one, and I have a list of questions that I came up with, and we'll just randomly go through them all. So yeah. So the first book on this list is Attack on Titan, No Regrets. It's like a prequel. There you go. Sorry, the cover is very shiny. It's a prequel to the original series, and I am a big Attack on Titan fan. I just finished it kind of recently. So I got this in the hopes that I would, kind of revive my Attack on Titan phase, but I just never got to it. And of course, I mean, Levi's on the cover. What was I supposed to do? Let's go to the random number generator. We're starting off with question number 14. What is your favorite song? It's not really related to books, I know, but I try to do a mix of everything. So my favorite song, see, this is hard for me to admit because my favorite song prior to this, actually I have a few. It just depends on the genre. My favorite K-pop song of all time was Anti-Fragile by LE SSERAFIM. But I think my favorite song overall, like of all time, maybe We Don't Talk About Bruno. And I'm kind of being genuine. I really liked the Encanto movie. I actually have a tattoo of the butterfly that's on Mirabel's dress. I don't know if you can see that. Next, we have Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 13. I actually don't know what this one is about. I only got it because it was free. Like, I don't even know what part of the story this one is. Oh, no, I do. I did watch it. You are my special. I do remember this part. Okay, so I have gotten to this part in the anime, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm still kind of confused with how everything works. I was really into Jujutsu Kaisen when it came out the first season. But I think over time I'm like, I don't know how cursed energy works. Like the systems, I'm incredibly lost. So next question is number 3 on my list. Will you ever monetize your videos? So let me get into it. I love how we're getting right into the in-depth questions right at the beginning. I've had this conversation. I think I would. Obviously, it would take a long time before I could start monetizing my videos, but I think if I ever would, like, I'm not going to go crazy with the slider. You're not going to get like an ad every 5 minutes in my videos. It might be like 1 or 2 just to like, I don't know, if I needed like a new microphone in case this one broke, or if like my camera needed a new battery or something like that. Like any money that I would make from monetizing my videos would go back directly into the channel. Like I would definitely not try to make like a living off monetizing my videos. That's just not something that I desire to do with my channel. So that answers that question. Okay. Oh, I love this next one. Okay, so this next one is the manga version of Miraculous Ladybug. I bought it, A, because the cover art is beautiful. And B, because as I mentioned in my other video, I am a huge Miraculous Ladybug fan. And if you are a Miraculous Ladybug fan, you will know that the show was originally supposed to be an anime series, but they changed it to 3D animation because they couldn't draw the spots on Ladybug's outfit. She has spots, if you can tell. They couldn't animate the spots. So they were like, oh, it'll be easier if we do 3D animation. So they didn't. Listen, I'm okay with the 3D animation. Like, it's not bad. But when you see the art style of the anime and you realize what we could have had, I hope in the future, once they like create a program for doing that kind of stuff, that we can have a reboot. But until then, I'll stick with the manga. But yeah, so I definitely got it just for looks. I'm such a bad person. Anyway, question number 5. Who is your favorite author? So, as I previously mentioned, Rick Riordan used to be one of my favorite authors, and I have not had a good track record for my favorite authors, because before it was Rick Riordan, it was J.K. Rowling. And we know what happened to her. And it really sucks because I just really vibed with J.K. Rowling because she was talking about how she wrote Harry Potter and it like how she went through depression and all these like mental health struggles. And I was like, oh my God, I like so vibe with you, girl. And then she was transphobic. And then I was like, I don't vibe with you, girl. And then of course, Rick Riordan had some awful, horrible takes about what's going on in Palestine right now. So he is no longer my favorite author. So I think I can definitely say I have a few. Benjamin Alida Science is one of my favorite authors. He wrote Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And I think like it's so purely like from like a technical standpoint. Like the way he writes is so unique that I could not even begin to compare him to anyone else because he is just so his own person when it comes to writing. And I would love to just like pick his brain and like hear him talk for hours and hours because he is just someone that like is so... He's an enigma, truly, and I think he's amazing. And he's really one of the authors that kind of inspired me to go into more, like, lean more into stories that were, like, cultural or dealt with these, like, kind of heavier topics. So he really introduced me into a whole new world of reading. So he is one of my favorite authors. Benjamin Alida Science definitely, like, takes the cake. I think he'll always be one of my favorites. So the next manga I have is... Anyway, Love is Hard for an Otaku. So this, I actually have a few of the books. This is the first one. I also have the 4th volume. Stay with me. The 5th volume, which is still in its plastic wrap. And listen, you see the cover? That's all the explanation I'll be providing. I actually did watch the anime for Love is Hard for an Otaku, and I loved it. And I bought the volumes with the purest of intentions that I would just continue from where the anime left off. And that failed, as you can see. So question number 13 is the next one. Do you have any hidden talents? Well, okay. I don't know if it's a talent, but I really enjoy decorating cakes. I will put a few examples of some of the cakes I've made in the past. It was really weird because one day let me tell you the story. Okay, so at the time, it was my boyfriend's birthday, and he really likes tres leches cakes. So I was like, why don't I just like mess around and learn how to make a tres leches cake? No, it wasn't his birthday. It was our anniversary. Okay, I remember. Okay, so our anniversary was coming up. And I was like, why don't I just learn how to make a tres leches cake? So I made the cake, and then it was a mini one, and it was like, okay, it was good. It was cute, right? Like, and then I was like, okay, Mother's Day is coming up. Let me make a really big one. So I made a bigger one. It was my cousin's birthday, so I made another one. And before I knew it, I was the certified cake maker of my family. So every time it's someone's birthday, I make a cake. Like, I do it all the time now. So I wouldn't say it's a hidden talent, but it's definitely something that I enjoy doing. And I guess like a hidden hobby, if you will. Question number 6. What is your favorite genre? That's such an easy question. I love YA. Young adult fiction specifically is absolutely my favorite. It's a genre that I want to write in. It's something that I think really speaks to me. And I just absolutely love books written by YA fiction. Question number 2. Why did you start your YouTube channel? Let me tell you. So I had always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I mean, like, even when I was younger, I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. So my lifelong goal is to write a book, and I thought like it would be easier for me to kind of like get more into the industry and understand how like what readers like, and kind of like develop my craft by studying other authors. So I wanted to do that. And I, of course, I've always wanted to be like a booktuber. I loved booktubers when I was growing up. So it was something that I always wanted to do. And this time around, it was just like, it was the start of 2024. And I was like, I've been talking about it forever. I'm going to do it. And I did it. So the next book that we have is Avatar: The Last Airbender. This is the graphic novels that came out after the show. And this one is The Promise. I actually did have, well, it was my sister's, but that one was The Search. And I read that one and I loved The Search. It was so beautiful. I love Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's just so freaking good. Nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, can top Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has me by the throat. I didn't watch the live action. I refuse. Okay. Question 11. What is your goal with your channel? Let me tell you. I think overall, I'm very saddened that so many people think that like literature or reading is like dying, quote unquote, and that people don't read as much because they just like watch TVs, movies, television, all that good stuff. But I think people really neglect to realize that writing books and being a storyteller is something that is so like undervalued when we like think about the grand scheme of things, because I think it's just like, it's not a quote unquote easy moneymaker. And I mean, there's been so many writer's strikes lately, and I feel like, yeah, like being a writer is something that is so undervalued, even though we as a society and so many like higher ups know that the talent that storytellers have is not something that you can fabricate, that you can buy, that you can recreate if you don't just have that talent, you know? You can, of course, like hone your talents and like help them grow, but it's not something you can achieve with like AI. So I really wanted to highlight all the amazing stories by storytellers, specifically people of color, and really just like bring back the love, you know? So I think one of my biggest goals is just to like, you know, grow my platform. I want to encourage people to read, even if it's not like buying books, but also using public resources like the library, Libby, things like that. The next book that I have is Demon Slayer Volume 8. So I got this book because Rengoku is my favorite character from Demon Slayer. I was so sad because I watched Mugen Train when it came out, right? And I'm going through this movie and I'm like, oh my god, he's amazing. I absolutely love him. When he said set your heart ablaze, I was already thinking of like where I was going to put that on my body, where I was going to get that tattooed. And then I got to the end of the movie and I was so sad. I have like the top row of my shelf where it's like my inspiration. So I have like, hold on. So it's all the like anime characters that like inspire me to get my gains, because I go to the gym. That's also another secret about me. So I made like, not a shrine, but I made like the top shelf of my bookshelf dedicated to all the anime characters that would like motivate me to get the gains. So one of them is I have this Bakugo energy drink that is probably expired. Maki from Fire Force, because she's certified buff and I want to look like her. Yeah, so it was mainly for display purposes. Okay, next question. Question number 1. What is your favorite book? Okay, I have in one corner of my bookshelf, like my Hall of Fame, if you will, where it's like all my favorite books of all time. It's hard to narrow it down to just one. As I mentioned, Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe is one of my favorite books. I think on top of that, I Am the Messenger. I don't know why. It's just like, I really liked it. It was one of those books where I really couldn't describe why I liked it so much, but I did. Honestly, I think Legendborn is definitely joining the ranks of one of my favorite books of all time, as well as Ace of Spades. I'm having a lot of like contenders for favorite book of all time, but I think tentatively it has to be Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I think overall that'll probably always be my favorite book of all time. This is also another one where I have 3 of the So this is Fairy Tail and the 100 Years Quest. And the reason I have these is because, okay, as I mentioned, Fairy Tail is my favorite anime of all time. I know it's fan service. I know it's like not great in a lot of places, but it's just one of those things where it's just like, I love the art style. I love the magic. It has a special place in my heart and no one can get rid of that for me. So I'll give a review for one because I did read it. I don't think I liked the 100 Years Quest, and let me tell you why. It was like the thing that made the first like series of Fairy Tail so special is that like the Dragon Slayers were their own unique thing. Not everyone could use that magic. It was not like something common, right? But now everyone's a freaking Dragon Slayer. So I'm like, why? I don't have like high hopes for the show, but you know, who knows. So another round of 3 questions. Let's go. Question number 10 I have is, why should people watch your YouTube channel? So the reason you should watch my YouTube channel is because I feel I'm very authentic. I'm like a normal person. Like after this, I'm probably gonna go get food because I'm very hungry. I'm probably gonna get myself like a cute little coffee. I'm just like a very normal person. I think that like when people watch YouTube videos and have like their influencers or people that they're interested in watching, like we can very easily tell when they like lose touch with reality. And I don't think that I'm a kind of person that would do that. So I think I keep it real. I think I'm interesting. I think I'm really funny sometimes. I'll admit, sometimes I'm a liar. Sometimes I lie. Like specifically when I was like, oh, I'll never buy like a new book until I read everything. I lied, okay? I did buy a new book. I bought Bloodmarked. I bought Where Sleeping Girls Lie. And I have more that I bought. You just don't even know about them yet. But I would never lie about something that is like incredibly important. I would never lie about like my values, my morals. When I say that I'm donating to charities, I always 100% am, even if it's not like $1 million, like I'm doing something. So I think I'm very authentic and, you know, I am true to myself always. So, and I push out content pretty regularly. So question number 15, who edits your videos? Me. I edit all my videos start to finish. I put in the audio. I put in all the special effects. Anything that is in my video is 100% me. I don't have an editor. I mean, I guess I am the editor, but yeah. So that's another reason why these videos kind of take a long time to get out, because I have to actually edit them myself and troubleshoot if it needs it. So, okay, second question. What is your favorite anime? I already answered that. It's Fairy Tail. Favorite anime of all time. I forgot that was a question. Oops, sorry. Question number 4. Is YouTube your full-time job? No, it is not. I actually do have a regular 9-to-5 job that I do on top of this. So yeah, be really thankful for me because I get on the internet and do this of my own volition. So I mentioned it in a previous video, but I actually used to work at a grocery store. I was an online shopper, and then after that I used to mix baby formula for babies in the NICU. So that one was really fun too. All of my other jobs have been really fun. And then one time I worked at Wendy's for 2 hours. And I wish I could say I was kidding. It was only 2 hours. That's a story for another day. So Next one is After School Hanako-kun. So this is a spin-off, I guess, of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, which I actually do have books I'll show you in a second. So this is just like a cute spin-off that I never got to read. So sad. I'm not gonna lie, my sister is more of a bigger fan of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun than I am, but I did want to read it. Question number 12. What is your favorite food? My favorite food is pozole, which if you don't know what pozole is, you're missing out. It is my favorite food of all time. We used to have this cute little tradition. My mom would always make it for me on my very first day of school. Oh, this will be the first year I don't get it because I graduated. That made me sad. So the next two I have are, it's Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I have volumes 8 and 12. The art style for this book slash TV show is so good, which is why I got these random volumes and I was 100% okay with just using them for display. So that's why I have those. Man, my head is actually starting to hurt. I haven't had coffee. Okay, I'm just going to go down the list now because the random generator is going to take forever. Question number 9. What camera do you use? I use the Sony ZV-1 camera. I think that's what it's called. It's a camera that's specifically for like vloggers, so it's very like user friendly if you're just starting out. I actually was really lucky because when I bought it used, so it had like someone had just opened it and returned it. So I got it a little bit cheaper than it would have been if I got it at regular price. And it was actually really sad because the person at Sears was telling me like, Sears, they've been closed forever. Not Sears, I'm sorry. The person at Best Buy told me that it was really sad because they got a lot of people that would return those cameras because people would like want to start like YouTube channels or start like vlogging or whatever. And the other people in their life just like wouldn't encourage them. So they just like would give up, and it was really sad because like getting a return of this camera is essentially knowing that someone gave up on their dreams, and it's really sad. So I'm happy to report that I still have my camera. Next question. How do you read books so fast? I actually listen to audiobooks for most of my videos. And again, that's just because the nature of the way that I want to create content. I'm trying to get these out like once a week if possible. So it's just easier for me to read audiobooks, and it also helps learning the pronunciation of characters' names. So that's my secret. That's how I do it. I feel like I'm missing a question, but I don't know what it is. I must have miscounted because I only have one question left, but I have 3 books I need to get through. So we're just going to put them all together. So I have volume 1 of A Silent Voice. I did watch the movie. If you know, the manga apparently does not follow the movie. The movie rather doesn't follow the manga exactly. So I wanted to read it and see what it was about. Because again, I really like the movie. So that's why I got this one. Then we have My Hero Academia Smash, which is another spin-off of the original manga. Oh my god, it's so tiny. I like My Hero Academia, and I just wanted like a cute little spin-off, but I never committed myself to reading it. Last but not least is Teen Titans Beast Boy Loves Raven. If you recognize this art style had people by the chokehold. This person would come out with like this amazingly beautiful fan art of Teen Titans, and it was just so amazing that I was like, I didn't know they had a book. I'm gonna read it. Okay. And now for the last question in my questionnaire. Okay, cool. Question 16. How will you prevent yourself from selling your soul to the online algorithm, quickly giving up your morals and values for a paycheck every week and flaunting that wealth while simultaneously making horrible financial choices and becoming another YouTuber caught in controversy, forced to make an inauthentic apology video, only to spend 50 minutes blaming anything from minor inconveniences to felony crimes on your mental health? I know, I kid. I'm so funny. So thankfully, as I mentioned, I think it's really easy for YouTubers to kind of like lose sight of their morals and values once they're like relying on a YouTube paycheck 24/7, and like they content creation is their full-time job. So I think it's really easy for people to like blur the lines when it comes to like making money, because again, like people need money to survive. That's just a fact of life. But I think that in my case, again, because very thankfully and very happily, I have a full-time job. I don't have to worry about that. On top of the fact that I have had extensive conversations with my sister and my loved ones talking about like my goals and my visions when it comes to my channel. And specifically, my sister has let me know that if at any point I slip up and do not stick to my values, that she will out me to the world. Any embarrassing thing I've ever done, any deep dark secret I've ever had, she will share it to the world to keep me in check and bring me down a peg, which is great, and I have okayed her to do that. I live in constant fear. But again, at the same time, I'm not too worried about it, because I think just me as a person, I'm just about it, you know? Like, I don't think, again, I can't speak for whatever will happen in the future, but I have certain morals and values that I am 100% stuck to, and if I ever fail, I have people that will hold me accountable. And, you know, I have a vision, I have a goal, I have things that I want to do with this channel, and I don't want to jeopardize that in any way. So, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my little introduction video. Please wish me a happy birthday. I'm turning 23. And yeah, I will eventually read all this manga. I promise. I couldn't do it for this video. It was so hard. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Please leave a comment if you liked this video. Be sure to follow me on my social media at Listen to Kristen. I'm Kristen, in case you didn't know. Oh man, my throat is literally fried. It hurts so much. Okay, that's it. Thank you.